Hi, good afternoon. I'm here to discuss Clinical Field Experience D, Intervention Implementation. In planning for the math implementation, I continued my collaboration with my mentor teacher, Mrs. Knapp. We focused on the upcoming grade level math lesson that centered on multi-step word problems involving fractions. Building directly upon the intervention plan that we developed in our previous clinical experience, we analyzed the target student's specific learning profile. We focused on their strong visual spatial processing skills alongside their challenges with their working memory and multi-step executive functioning. Based on this profile, Mrs. Knapp and I decided on a Tier 2 intervention, concrete representational abstract modeling, and combine that with a visual graphic organizer for problem solving. The rationale for this choice is rooted directly in the student's unique needs. While the student struggles to hold multiple abstract numerical operations in their working memory, simultaneously they excel when they can manipulate or visualize the data. By utilizing fraction strips and drawing out tape diagrams. Before moving to a standard algorithm, we created a low floor, high ceiling entry point. The graphic organizer structurally chunks the problem into manageable steps, minimizing cognitive overload and allowing the student to demonstrate their mathematical reasoning without getting lost in the text. During the implementation phase of the fraction lesson, the student responded exceptionally well to the representational stage of the fraction lesson. Using the graphic organizer, they successfully broke the word problem down to identify the knowns and the unknowns. They accurately drew tape diagrams to model the fraction components, which was a significant breakthrough compared to previous unscaffolded attempts where they would simply question an operation. Reflecting on the experience, the visual framework provided the exact emotional and academic anchor that the student needed to lower their math anxiety. However, the transition from the representational drawing to writing the abstract equation revealed a little bit of a gap. The student occasionally misidentified the final operation needed to solve the problem, which indicated that while the concept was clear visually, the operational translation required more intensive assistance. In the future, I would modify this implementation by incorporating an explicit self-talk checklist directly into the graphic organizer, adding targeted prompt questions like, does my final number need to be larger or smaller than what I started with? This would scaffold the transition from a visual model to the abstract equation more independently, preventing the student from relying on the teacher prompting during the final steps of the problem solving. To ensure that the graphic organizer framework is highly adaptable for home use, I discussed with Mrs. Knapp how the strategy can be shared with the family to support homework routines. Parents can utilize a simplified version of the visual organizer during everyday tasks, such as doubling or halving ingredients while cooking or dividing household items. By asking the student to draw out the fractions using kitchen measuring cups or simple sketches during the math, the family reinforces the exact same representational habits that we are building in the classroom. This ensures consistency across environments and builds the student's confidence outside of school. The findings from this clinical experience deeply inform my evolving professional practice. The cycle of implementation and evaluation underscored the intervention is never a static one-time event. It is an active, responsive dialogue between data and instruction. In my future classroom, I will intentionally design math instruction with universal design principles. From the outset, ensuring scaffolds like visual modeling are readily available. More importantly, this experience has solidified the value of proactive, reciprocal collaboration with special education co-teachers. Utilizing their specialized expertise to pinpoint the exact intersection of a student's cognitive strengths and academic barriers is how I will continue to monitor, adjust, and elevate instruction to ensure equitable access for every learner. I appreciate your time. Thank you for listening to my experience that I had with Mrs. Knapp.